The man with his wife and children dash traveled to Lagos. So we have has had and were to. So in as much as we are having the man here, and we have a first joiner which is with. Anytime you have a first joiner which includes with, alongside, as well as, and so on and so forth, then we call them first joiners. So the first person you mentioned, the man being a singular entity here, will determine. So we have a singular verb. The man with his wives and children has traveled to Lagos. So irrespective of the number of people mentioned after, so since you have with, it would have been a different case had you said the man and his wives and children, because and is a true joiner. Then, all but that boy, that's free to go. All but that boy, that's free to go now. So one, it is talking about present tense. So I think the past tenses should be out of the point. So we are choosing between is and are, which are present tenses. All but that boy, that's free to go now. So it is the all. Okay, this is the true subject here. That is, all the boys are free to go, but that boy, all but that boy are free to go now. Only the boy is not going. Then 16. Many dash called, but few dash chosen. So, like I said, we have a mass count entities. This many is used for mass count, and it's also since it's a countable now, we use it with plural entities. Also, few as well, which means low in number, but it's also a mass count entity. It also goes with plurals. So many dash called, but few dash chosen. That is, many were called, but few were chosen. In both cases of many and few, we are going to use a countable kind of qualifier and should go with a plural verb. The equipment dash bought already. So has been, had been, have been, has been. Of course, this can never be one of the answers at all using having the word been. So we now have to choose between has been, had been, or have been. And of course, as well, option B cannot stand here as answer because we are having a present perfect tense here, not a past perfect. Before you use had, like I told you, you must have at least two clauses. So we have just a clause here. So we are choosing between has been and have been. Then talking about equipment. Equipment belongs in one of those items we call singularia tantum. That is large in number, but they don't take S. So we are not talking about just a particular item now. The equipment here is large number. So it should go with a plural entity. The equipment have been bought. So we don't have equipments. So also we have items like furniture, like stationery, among others. They don't take S, meanwhile they are plurals. So you can only itemize them like items of equipment, pieces of information, items of furniture, and so on and so forth. Then not only John, but also his sister always dash here. Always dash here. So of course we cannot have Kim. It should be out of point. And also we have not only, and we cannot have are coming. So it will be ungrammatical. So we are choosing between A and B. So when I say not only, also, like we did discuss nearness agreement, which is proximity agreement. The subject nearest the verb determines the verb. So any item you mention after but also, or, no, will be the one to determine the verb. So his sister here is nearest the verb. So that is the sister, which is a singular entity, will be the one to determine the verb. Not only John, but also his sister comes here always. So it is one of them. That is, we are talking about correlative conjunctions. It doesn't matter the person mentioned before, but it has to do with the subject nearest the verb. That was what we did under or. It's like saying John or his sister. So if you have John or his sister will be the one to determine the verb. Any subject nearest the verb, that is what we call proximity agreement. Yeah. Then my mother sells dash. Okay, the verb has been determined. here, but the noun to follow. We have children's wear, apostrophe before s, children's wears, it contains s there, and children wears without an apostrophe, then children's wear apostrophe after s. So how should it be written? Normally, we should have children apostrophe before s. So definitely option D is out of it, and C as well is out of it. So we are choosing between children's wear, which is apostrophe before s, then wear without s, and wear after wear with s. So, and of course, where, the word where is also a singularity anthem. So it doesn't go with S. So it's, she sells children's wear. So anytime you are using wear to mean the clothing you put on, you actually use wear, not wears. Take note of that. Also, number 20, I have always dashed that it doesn't deserve it. I have always, we have the word have here, which is an anomalous verb. Anomalous verbs always go with perfect tenses. So that is participles. So I have always known. I have always known that it doesn't deserve it. After you have an anomalous verb, has, have, or had, the next verb that must follow should be a participle, not a past nor present, either in the singular or in its plural form.